I mean, what the bloody hell is going on in the world? Have we all just lost the plot? Our morals, our values, our principles, they don't matter anymore. All that matters is controversy, sensationalism, sexualization of children. Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today in this video. And at last, Kim Kardashian has opened her gob, as has her ex-husband, Kanye West. Stay tuned. Hi everybody and welcome back. I'm sure if you're anyone that's involved in fashion, if you are, you're here and you will have heard about the Balenciaga scandal. The one involving the children, the toddlers. We can't even call them children. They were 3 and 4 years old, dressed up with teddy bears and BDSM gear. You know, they were restrained and bound and padded. The teddy bears were wearing fishnet tights. They had black and blue eyes as if they were punched and bruised. We all know fashion is suggestive. It's meant to be provocative, bring on meaning. But to what level? To what extent? This is just the most shocking thing I have seen in a very long time. I wasn't going to speak about it, but a lot of my subscribers asked me to. They asked me my opinion. I think it's important that we all talk about it. I have a platform and I want to know your opinion. So before we go on, of course, I want to give my subscriber of the day. One of my subscribers who actually did ask me my opinion on this subject was Lily Morjan. Hi Lily, how are you? Mwah. Thank you very much for the request of this video and asking me if I was going to speak on it. And just before we get into it, the perfume of today, the fragrance of today is Ombre Nuit by Christian Dior. This is a beautiful amber rose. She's got patchouli, she's got ambergris, so she's quite animalic. Oh, she's a little warm, spicy, floral, punchy. She's very, very beautiful. She's earthy. Floral, spicy, amber punch. That's what this is. Really, really beautiful for this time of the year. You know I love this part of the video. Just love it. And I've decided I'm going to be buying 30 mils and I'm going to link some down below because I have so many in my collection at this stage. I think 30 mil is great for traveling. Also, the fragrance doesn't get a chance to go off and I will link that one down below if you're interested. Now, the saga of Balenciaga continues, and wait till the end of this video because it's just getting worse. There has been a video released. It's quite disturbing, so warning, you know, viewer discretion is needed here. And it has depicted more stuff about Balenciaga from the fashion show in Paris. So I will stick that on the end. I would love to know your views on this whole campaign. So for those of you who haven't followed, the very start, there was 2 photographs that were released for the Spring Summer 23 Balenciaga campaign. One was a depiction, I will stick up pictures, of she couldn't be more than 3 or 4 year old girl holding a teddy bear, nothing wrong with that. But the teddy bear, as I said, was in kind of fetish BDSM bondage gear, and she's standing on a sofa, and in front of her, it's their gift shop campaign. But in the picture, there's like empty wine glasses and very suggestive, provocative stuff. Empty cocktail glasses. I mean, for a start, I mean, there's lots of girls that are a lot older, adults, that would be very happy to do that campaign, but they picked a 4-year-old to advertise their gift shop with wine glasses and champagne glasses and a teddy bear dressed in bondage gear. Like, this is just crazy, crazy stuff. The second campaign had depicted a handbag. It was the Balenciaga Adidas campaign, and underneath the handbag there were, let's say, very well placed documents, and there were court documents which there was a court case about child pornography, child pedophilia, and it was under the handbag for all to be seen. Now, people will say it was very, very small, you couldn't see it. It was there for a reason. I come from a modelling background. I come from the fashion industry for 25 years. I know for a fact from doing shoots, set designers, photographers, clients, marketing, PR, all the hierarchy that goes with it, the amount of steps that go through getting a shoot to the actual finish line. It has to be approved. It has to be signed off. Every little set, every detail on the set is thought about methodically. There is nothing that happens by accident on a set. Now, a lot of people will say, look, you know, it was just, people are looking into it way too much, you know, it was just some papers underneath a handbag. That's not true. Court that struck down Child Pornography Prevention Act in 1996. I mean, if that's not saying something, you know, it's just not right. It's basically child abuse, using these children, and the parents that let this happen. Apparently, the parents said, "Oh, you know, it was fine. We were flown to Paris." If you ask me, that's the mother living vicariously through the child, which happens a lot. Everything was fine on set. They don't know the message that was behind that. All they know about is they got maybe 1,000, 2,000, whatever they got for the shoot for their child. They got treated nicely on the day. Goodbye, thank you very much. They don't know the hidden meaning, the hidden messages behind all of it, what it is suggesting out there in the world. And there are people, predators, who would be titillated by images like that. And that is just a fact. It is also a fact that in Hollywood and places like this, that child pornography, child sex trafficking and such are hidden. They're well known about. You know, people in Nickelodeon, different places like that, they have been found to be predators of these young children in such a business. And we have to stand up and say, this is not on. No matter if you say, some people are like, oh, you know, well, they're suing, you know, they came out and they said they're going to sue the photographer, the set designers. Sue them. They knew exactly what they were doing. There is no lawsuit. That is just a cover-up. So everybody else will just go away, calm down, let it die down, and they're going to sue. They're not going to sue because they don't have a case, because they signed off on everything. There's nothing to sue for. So basically what they're hoping now is, I think it's on their side, this amazing marketing campaign that sensationalizes everything, huge, controversial, and it brings Balenciaga, like the people who couldn't even pronounce the name beforehand because it's a high-end product. Maybe they're trying to move it into more mainstream. And the people on the street like you and I now know how to pronounce Balenciaga that wouldn't have known how to pronounce Balenciaga before. It is bringing it more into the mainstream eye, into the talking. Everyone's talking about it, and therefore you could say it was a successful campaign. Where does that leave the vulnerable? Where does that leave the children of 3 and 4 that were used for this campaign? And that's what they were. They were absolutely used for this campaign for whatever hidden messages or secrets that Balenciaga wanted behind that. It is just, I have to say, disgusting. And for the likes of Kim Kardashian to take 6 days, she's usually dripping in Balenciaga, whether it be, you know, whatever, Met Gala ball, on Vogue, all her gowns that are donned by, you know, and sponsored by Balenciaga. There's a very dark side to all of this. There's light and dark in everything, and I think this is a very, very dark side. And 6 days later, she comes out and she goes, well, you know, it's not that I didn't want to talk about it. It's just that I wanted to reevaluate everything and talk to Balenciaga and see where they were coming from. I mean, it's as plain as the nose on your face. And the only morals Kim seems to have is how much is going into her bank account. And if it's not just that, it's how famous she is and the next dress she's going to wear. And it's just, I mean, at least her husband came out, like reevaluate. And all Balenciaga did, by the way, is apologise and that they're going to take it down and then they're going to move on. That's it. That's it, over. Is everybody happy now? No problem. You're all happy now. It did exactly what we wanted. The whole world is talking about it. We're up there on par in the news with the president, and next minute they're talking about a Balenciaga. This is the level that they're at. Success for them. Kanye West, at least he came out and he said,
now seeing everything that happens if you speak up on these contracts and you speak up on all of the dealings that have been done and you point this stuff out, Jesus is the way and the life and the King of Israel. They tried to destroy all of my businesses at the same time, and the world saw it and no one's saying anything. You know, as far as like none of the celebrities, so this just shows you all celebrities are controlled. You don't see no celebrities talking about the Balenciaga situation, right? So that just shows you all of these celebrities out here, don't let them influence you in any way because they're controlled by the people who really influence the world.
These are the top CEOs, the execs, whether it be Kering, which owns Balenciaga, and Francois Pinault. They're the guys that control everything. They're the guys that control the celebrities who wear the outfits. And then the puppets, like Kim Kardashian, who's afraid to ruin her contract with Balenciaga, and because they won't give her the gown and the celebrity and the fame. This is how the industry works. It is ugly. It's there, like it's a fact. I've seen it. If you speak out, if you don't play the game, you were left on the side, and that is it. But there's definitely a kind of very, very dark side to what Balenciaga has done. Nobody was fired because there was no one to fire. It was signed off. It was thought up by whether it was Demna, whoever it was, and they said, this is what we want. And then we're going to sue the production team. Really? Like, you guys were the ones who actually sat down, had a meeting, discussed all of what was going forward, and signed off on it. So I would think twice about that. And it's a game, guys. It's a huge, huge game that they're just literally hoping that we'll just all shut up and go away at some point. But I just wanted to make this video today to get my point across. I won't be buying any Balenciaga anytime soon. I never liked their bags anyway. So that was handy. And don't think they'll be sponsoring me anytime soon, but I don't care about that either. So I just want to say that be careful. You know, if you feel something isn't right in your gut, if it doesn't sit right with you, if you're wondering and asking questions, why are people making this shoot? With not alone is the girl, like with the teddy bear, who's restrained in bondage and then has a lock on it, a padlock, and then there's cocktail glasses and empty wine glasses in front of her. If you're asking that, well, that doesn't sit right, listen to your intuition and listen to your gut and stand up and say something. Because the more people that say that, the better world we live in. You know, there's a very fine line these days, and we have to protect children. We all like nice things. We all like beautiful things, but at what price? At what cause? Somebody has to pay the price. Yes, it was a little bit heavy today, but it's important, and I'm going to keep you updated if I find out any more news. I hope you enjoyed it. I really, really want to discuss this down below, so leave your chats and comments down below, and I will include that video. Let me know what you think. Until next time, be kind, be safe, and be compassionate. Mind yourselves and your kids. Love you lots. Mwah.
In your bag?
In my bag, like stuff for baby.
This is like...
Should we do a what's in your bag?
Yeah, can we do a what's in the bag, please?
Should I hold it for you and you can take the things out?
Excuse me.
Yeah. Look, there's like when she starts to cry, like then when she's gonna pee, I don't know. Then when she's boring,
She's boring.
Yeah, everything possible.